Morning, Zoe, Tanisha, Andrea, Desi, Kims. Good morning. Good Monday morning. Seems like we just said that a couple minutes ago. Good Monday morning. Here it is, Monday again. The energy is building. The Sangha is gathering. Good morning, Kimberly. Good morning, Anne. Good morning, Derek. Good morning, Janet. Good morning, Teddy. That's my dog. Good morning, Lori. Good morning, Ellen. Happy to have Ellen back on the East Coast where she can join meditation. Good morning, Tammy and Suzanne. What a bright and lively and skillful and accomplished set of meditators we have this morning with us. Honored to be part of this Sangha. Yes, it does. Lovely spring morning, little raindrops on the windowsill, so beautiful. So, I had some soy milk boil over this morning. I was heating it for my tea, and I have a little frother that my friend Sheila gave me, and it made a big mess, and the milk burned, and the smell of burnt soy milk is kind of hovering in the air here. So if I cough a little bit, that's why. Okay, last week we worked with Desire and Aversion. We talked about what they are, how they work, is how they come up as obstacles in our meditation and certainly in our life. And today we're going to continue. We're going to focus a little more on desire. For most of us, desire and aversion come up many times a day. And they often masquerade as, kind of frustration or an energy we feel pulling us towards something. And we don't recognize them. Oh, desire, there isn't anything I want. I'm very happy. Oh, I don't have aversion to anything. And yet when we look carefully, we see they're happening all the time. Let's look at desire. How does that come up? Maybe it's an expectation we have that a situation should be in a certain way, or a coworker or a family member should behave in a certain way. We have a desire for them to accommodate our expectations, and when they don't, it creates annoyance or anger or pushing them away. And you see, oh yes, I see, that's desire, and I see where that leads. Or we're infatuated with a coworker, wanting something to be different than it is, or with a teacher, or with somebody we met at the supermarket. And it pulls us off our center. I am filled with stories from, not only today, but my past lifetimes of how having the desire for things to be a certain way created a whole, bucket load of suffering and pain and anguish and upheaval. Or aversion. How does aversion come up in our everyday life? We yell at someone that the driver ahead of us. We avoid a situation or a place or a condition, something that brought us happiness. And now we see it and it's like, brings us pain. We avoid it. We hate those people. We hate that place. We hate where we are. We're not, we don't want to be where we are because something that brought us happiness now brings us anguish. I always go back to remembering, what is mindfulness? What is yoga? And I start many of my workshops like this. Why are we here? Why are you here this morning? What is it that drives us to go deeper, to look at ourselves, to have a practice? Well, I think it's the desire to be happy, to move away toward freedom and move away from suffering, and to bring that energy into the world. So let's look at 4 ways. Let's focus on desire today. Let's look at 4 ways, 4 things we can do that can help us to recognize and accept, and then to, kind of be curious about this desire we have, this wish that things could be different, the need to juggle things around to make us more happy, thinking that it will make us more happy. Oh, and I didn't answer my question. What is mindfulness? It's learning to be in relationship with what is in this moment. It's like working with the serenity prayer. There are things we can change and things we can't change, and we need to have the correct discernment to be able to tell the difference. Some things you can change, you can fix. If you're stuck in traffic between a Jersey barricade and an 18-wheeler, there's not much you can do to get out of that. So screaming and kicking and beating on the steering wheel is a waste of energy. And we need to learn to, I want to learn how to recognize that and conserve my prana for things that are going to help the world. I don't want to exhaust myself chasing after something that I can't change. So, first thing, end the futile struggle against change. Everything changes every instant. Everything is impermanent. It's like setting out on a sail. You're out in your sailboat, the sun is shining, the sea is calm, you go, yes, I expect it to be like this all the way through. I mean, if you're an experienced sailor, you don't. But, to think that you finally got content with the way things are and it won't ever be different is absurd. It's not recognizing the truth of our reality. And that's when the serenity prayer can help a lot. We develop as yogis what's called viveka, discernment. Okay, this is the way it is now. It's going to change. I like it or I don't like it. Nobody cares. It will change either way. Okay, that's the first thing. 2, practice seva, practice service. If everything is about serving me and making me comfortable, and all the energy is about, it's like a parigraha, greediness. Let's take it all in to support my well-being. If you practice looking at trying to support others' well-being, it reverses that energy. Now your energy is going out to support the people around you. And third one, cultivate gratitude. It's very simple. Focus on what you have, not on what you don't have. If a situation has been created through karma, through samskara, through whatever. I have a friend, a student who's a runner. And he likes to run 40, 50 miles a week. And he's injured and can't run, hasn't run in 3 or 4 months. He's doing pretty good with that. He's recognizing that, okay, it's time to heal. Things change. He says, I used to say when I was running, every day I get to run is a good day. But the recognition that that might change someday because of injury, he's getting better. He's a dedicated yoga student. But even yogis at some point will get injured, grow old, get sick, and yes, finally die. So it's about as you get older. Maybe this gets easier when you get to your 60s, 70s, and 80s. To recognize all this in your 20s, you need to have had some heavy-duty previous lifetimes. And what's the fourth one? Simplify your life. Downsize. The more we eliminate the things we don't really need, that we think we need to make us happy. I look around, do I need that to make me happy? No, somebody sent me those little sample prayer flags. I have them hanging on a lampshade. Could I live without that? Or without that, or those bags, or that basket, or those boxes, or that book, or that mirror? Probably so. When I went to India for 6 months, I had a backpack. And anytime I needed something, the universe just provided it. It's miraculous. All right, the 4 things. We need to start our meditation practice. However, I knew you were going to want to remember those. So I've already posted them on this Facebook page. It starts out with Good Morning Sangha. And there they are. 1, end the struggle against impermanence. Celebrate impermanence. 2, practice seva, practice service, practice generosity. 3, cultivate gratitude. And 4, simplify your life. And any one of those can sort of get your mind off this obsession to have things to be different than they are. One of the obstacles that Patanjali talks about in the Yoga Sutra that prevents us from working with our practices is dissipation from excess craving. I love that. Dissipation from, it doesn't matter whether you're craving something to drink, something to eat, a drug, a person, a situation. It's a craving, and it leaves us exhausted. So, we don't push these things away. We don't yell at ourselves for not being perfect. We just look at what's coming up and say, oh, haha, I see why I'm tired all the time, or whatever. Once it's out in the open, out in space, it's, when it's down, all buried down under, you keep it all hidden. Oh, I don't want to look at this. It has some power, but it will keep gaining power unto itself until it explodes out. So we let it come out in the light, and it gets easier. It dissipates, it softens. And the idea is we become a little happier. Okay. Time to start. Where are the bells? Om. And if you feel like I'm talking to you this morning, I am. To all of us. To me, to you, to my friends, to those I know, to those I don't know. We're all dealing with the same stuff. Close your eyes, come to a comfortable seated position. Take a big sigh, a big breath. Don't try and memorize anything. Don't try and do your homework now. Just Feel yourself sitting where you are. Bring your awareness to your hands in your lap. The fold at your knees, your spine, position of your head, the weight of your body on your cushion. Connected to Mother Earth on this planet. Grateful that you're awake, that you get to do this work. So grateful. Let your heart be filled with gratitude. What sounds do you hear? Notice how that works to bring you right into the present moment. And let this moment be exactly fine. Doesn't matter what the temperature is, what sound you hear. Where you're sitting, you're here. Just be here with things as they are. You are exactly, precisely where you need to be. There are no mistakes. The only confusion is in our brain. So be grateful for the teachings that come with this moment. Breathing in, I know that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know that I'm breathing out. Breathing in, I'm aware of the quality of my breath. Is it long or short? Breathing in a long breath. I know I'm breathing in a long breath. And if and when my breathing is short and or shallow, I'm aware that my breath is short or shallow. Just look at the breath. Our breath now is our anchor, is our home base. It's the object of our meditation. Breathing in, I'm aware of my body. Breathing out, I'm aware of my body. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I calm my body. Sliding down toward stillness. Breathing in, I feel joyful. Breathing out, I feel joyful. I'm happy. I'm aware of my thoughts, my feelings, my emotions. I watch what is arising without judgment, without chasing after or pushing away when I'm hooked into a thought and carried off. I celebrate when I recognize that I'm not here. I come back to my breath. I calm my mental formations. Keeping your eyes closed. Remember to give yourself time to transition from the inner world to the outer world. Don't want to just pop open our eyes and jump up and rush off. Be mindful. Feel your body. Oh, have a stretch to your right, a twist. Ooh, ah. Twist to your left. Ooh, ah. Arch and flex, extend and flex your spine. Rub your hands together if you like. Rest your eyes in the palms of your hands, slowly opening your eyes. Greeting the day. Thank you for being here this morning. California, no, Florida, Virginia Beach, Michigan, New Jersey, Connecticut, Massachusetts. You guys are from all over the place. Texas. One last word, meditation. Why are we doing this? Because it really helps us cut through, and this is a quote from Joseph Goldstein that I thought of while we were sitting, cuts through the web of illusion spun by the force of desire. Meditation helps us cut through the web of illusion that is spun by the force of desire. Now that's something to think about for the day. Here's a good exercise you can do this week and today, is that be on the lookout for examples of desire or aversion in your day, in your life, that are masquerading maybe as something less obvious. When do you get frustrated? When do you get angry? When do you get anguished? When do you get a little disappointed? What do you push away? When do you cross over the street? When you see a situation coming at you that you'd like to avoid. I avoided doing my taxes. Someone said to me yesterday, gee, I said, well, I'm working on my taxes. It actually took me 6 hours yesterday. And someone said, gee, you've been working on them for a long time. I said, no, I've been talking about working on them for a long time. When I actually sat down and did it, doing the numbers, I'm a Libra, so I love balance and seeing everything kind of line up. And I had a lot of stuff that was out of place, and my reports were looking a little screwy, and I had to go through everything. And this should be over here, and this should be categorized differently. And I loved doing that. I'm a detail person. It was enjoyable, and I'm done. And I looked at all the energy I put into saying, oh, I got to work on my taxes. Keep a record. Just be on the lookout and write them down, right? Not while you're driving, but, you come to a red light, you see something you did that was aversion or desire. You look at a place or a situation, which this always reminds me of Geshe Michael Roach's Maple Donut story. I'm going to have to... I've told it before. You want to hear it now, or should we wait till... Tomorrow we're going to talk about the things we can do to work with aversion. Right? Oh, yes, the Maple Donut story. All right, I'll tell it quickly, and those of you who need to leave. I love, not me, but Michael tells a story in his translation of the Yoga Sutra. You love maple donuts. You walk into a donut shop. There's one maple donut left on the tray, and there's someone left in front of you, right? And you go, oh, I have money. There's one left. I can get it. That will make me happy. None of which is actually true. The fact that we think we can be happy because We're in line because we have money, because there's... How much do you love the maple donut? A elderly woman comes into the store, gets in line behind you, and you hear her say to her husband, "Oh, maple donut's my favorite." All right, we have a desire for that maple donut. And Geshe Michael Roach ends this by saying, do you love it enough to leave it for the person behind you? You know, will that bring you greater, and the question is then, will that bring you greater happiness? And we talked about practice seva, practice generosity. Will that bring us more happiness than actually having the donut for ourselves? I don't know, think about it. Om, om, om. Shiny, clear, happy morning. Have a great day, you guys. Be on the lookout for your examples of desire and aversion. Write them down. Thanks, Andrea. Good morning, Lex. How's the garden going? A moment on the lips, a lifetime on the hips. Oh my God, I love that. I had that thought last night as I was craving a peanut butter cookie. And I had one left. I went, I'm sort of at my maximum consumption for the day, but I sure would love that cookie. Thanks, you guys. Go out in the world and get into some good trouble, as John Lewis would say.